Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the Ratcity Broadcast Channel.
Yeah.
I am Tommy. I am here with Matt Chu, and we will be your, or if you allow us to be, your entertainment for the hour.
Matt Inumaki. Your Jordans are fake.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you liked JJK like that.
I don't.
Welcome back with Twilight Princess. It's been like 2 months since we last recorded. I went to Powerlifting American Nationals. Matt went to England. I already talked about my Atlanta trip and some of the series we already reported with Casey and Trev. So, how about we actually just hear about your England trip?
Yeah, man, it was awesome. I mean, the weather was something else. It was really, it's really rainy over there. It's wet and rainy. Like what we have times 10 there. And then the other thing is like, everybody has really bad teeth.
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt.
I don't know what's up with that. If you're from England, drop a comment. Tell me what's up with that.
Well, it's because they eat a lot of soft foods.
A lot of soft.
So their
yeah.
teeth aren't trained to eat hard food.
Yeah, they don't have like the resistance training.
That's kind of like whales, actually, when they have like when they have a lot of hairs as teeth.
Yeah.
Can I say what we were doing in England? Or was that like a secret?
Yeah, I just wanted, change of perspective. I wanted to go somewhere. Well, originally I wanted to go somewhere that didn't have like a lot of white people. But England was kind of not the place to go for that. Learned my lesson there. Oh fuck! It's a moron, dude. Oh, no, you can't knock me off the edge that easy.
Ah, how fortunate. Fortunate. You're in one piece. I saw you heading up the mountain trail, so I was worried. I now know what you need.
What?
You need something to hold you down, to ground you.
Oh, it's Epona.
Wow!
Epona, what the hell? Epona took some caffeine pills, clearly.
Epona's kind of clit right now.
Clint Eastwood?
No. That's the new. When something's cute and demure, but not as cunt, we call it clit here.
Oh, it's clit.
It's clit.
Oh, this minigame's awesome.
It's not a minigame. It's a trial.
Oh, a trial, test of strength, test of courage.
But no, that's actually a good outlook on life sometimes. Things as a game.
Yeah. You ever do like, this is what I do when I'm at work. Vine boom sound effect.
Gotcha.
Sometimes when I'm at work and like I really don't want to be there, which is always, I pretend that I'm watching a TikTok of somebody else doing my job.
Oh.
It kind of makes the day go by a little quicker. It's like POV, day in the life at IKEA.
Dude, that's kind of like me when I pretend I'm the inventor of food.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I get that though. Usually, most of the time when I don't want to be at work, for me, I think to make things like go by faster, I either just like turn on like the Animal Crossing like soundtrack, like the hourly stuff, or I like hyper focus on like hating the job, and it makes the job go by slower. So it's like, it's rough, man. It's rough not doing something you really like doing or you're passionate about. Like,
yeah, it is crazy that we have to like go to this place for 8 hours a day that you don't want to be at in order to afford to be alive.
I feel like everybody can make a living off their own passion, right? Like, it's like some people's passion is like furniture or like just moving stuff, or like that's like they much rather be doing that than XYB, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there is a job for everybody that people are gonna like doing, right? But when you do something you love and you're very passionate about, you tend to be creative with it, right? Because you are passionate about it. Creativity is almost like anti like corporation slash capitalism. Like I mean you see it now with AI. No matter what, we're always trying to get rid of like creativity. We see it in schools as well. Like how many times is the like art department like slashed budget wise and everything like that.
Well, I just watched a Curtis Connor video where he was talking about how like everything's boring now. He showed how like there's this graph of like how things have become less colorful over the past century.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's crazy because if you look around, like think about like a McDonald's, like how the new McDonald's look, they're all like corporate and modern and sterile compared to how they used to be, or like the old Taco Bell compared to now.
Yeah, isn't that for mostly like resale when the place is closed?
Yeah, that, and then it's just like cheaper to manufacture stuff that like isn't as colorful.
True.
It's like, yeah, I feel like we're losing our creativity, and that's sad because color elicits emotions. And so when you don't have color, you don't have emotions, and you don't have nothing, and you just have mindless drones who work menial jobs and then go home and consume TikToks. Mm-hmm. And that's the world that corporate overlords want.
Yeah, it's like I fully agree. It's like, and that's like the product that half the time is produced. So when that's like the only thing that has like, I guess you could say color or emotion, right? We get into big consumerism. So we consume things that are like what's left, right?
Yeah.
Then they make, of course, a profit. And we die. But that's okay, because Phase Adapt was actually working on something.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah. I had a dream like this once.
Ooh, I just fucked his ass.
I wish you did. Your fucking birthday happened when I was gone.
Oh, yeah.
You're the big 2-5.
Yep. Turned 25 and...
Do you genuinely feel different now that it's been like a couple weeks after?
Honestly, I feel like there's been a perspective shift for me. Because I feel like 25 is an age where it's like... That's the age where you're like officially an adult. You're not going to hear that someone's 25 and be like, oh, they're like a young kid. Like,
They're
25 is an adult. They're a young adult, but they're an adult.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like...
They start welcoming you to the club.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, thinking like, oh shit, I'm 25, like, I'm not a kid. The way that I've been thinking about it is like, there's certain things that I need to change. You know, so like, for one... Like I mentioned before we started recording, how I started thinking about how I need to start caring more about how I present myself and like putting more effort into my wardrobe and stuff like that. But then like there's also health stuff. Like I've like I started eating healthier, eating more fruits and vegetables because like, you know, I'm an adult. I can't just fucking eat pizza and drink soda every fucking meal. I can do it every once in a while, but like it needs to be balanced with like, you know, I have to eat vegetables every day, and I have to, and then like vaping. I'm still on it. I'm gonna quit soon, but that's where I'm like, I'm a 25-year-old man. I can't be fucking vaping. Like that shit is for high schoolers.
Which it shouldn't be either. You know?
Yeah, it shouldn't be, but it is. It is though.
Yeah.
But so like that's one side of things is like, you know, okay, I'm an adult now and I have to like act accordingly. But then on the other side of things, it's like, well, if the average human lifespan is 75, it depends based off of a number of factors, but let's say 75, then that means like I'm only a third of the way there. Yeah. So like in that sense, I'm pretty fucking young, and so it's like that's the other side of it is like realizing how much time is still left. And so like I mentioned also earlier that like I've been learning piano and I started taking piano lessons because I used to always think like, man, I wish I did piano when I was a kid, but now it's like, well, I'm 25 and like I just finished like chapter 1 and there's still 2 more chapters. Like I got plenty of fucking time to like get good at whatever I want to get good at, or like change. Like I also just recently changed my major for college because I was like, like, oh, this is what I'm going to be doing for the next, like, 50 years of my life, I better pick something that I really want to be fucking doing. Because I'm going to be doing that for twice as long as I've already been alive. And I feel like I've been alive for a pretty long time. So, like, it's pretty important. But, yeah, like, other, you know, like, I started putting more into my 401k and, like, setting more aside for emergency and all that stuff. Because it's like, you know, I am an adult and I have to act like a fucking adult now, and I can't just always make poop fart income jokes. I can do that, but there's also responsibilities that I have to do. And you know, like I have to hire a cat sitter for fucking 4 weeks when I'm in England and shit like that. But yeah.
Yeah, man, it's like there's like always like what you mentioned is like I have to act like an adult now, or like there's like I have to do this and this and that. It do you feel like that like there's some like a little inner turmoil with that? Cause like, you know me, I tend not to be a quitter. I hate quitting, but it's like, when do I have to quit my ambitions? Cause it's like I am an adult now, I gotta move on. Because I feel like a lot of my goals and stuff, they tend to be, you know, pseudo-childish, right? Like, world champion, right?
Yeah.
Or Reds player, right? There's this, like, little bit of, like, an inner turmoil where, like, I kind of feel like I'm at limbo with my age, right? Or with my surroundings, because the surroundings play a huge part, too, because you see your peers do everything as well, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what are my peers doing? Oh, I'm not doing that. Why aren't I doing that? Or they aren't doing what I'm doing, and they stopped what they were doing. So it's like, when do I, you know?
Well, I mean, to tie it back to episode 1, it has meaning because we give it meaning. You know, but I think, like, I have been kind of thinking about that too, and it's like, really, it's for you to decide, like, what the point is, like, what are you here for? And it's like, if it's something fucking childish, it's something fucking childish.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's you know, because some people want to have these, like, great careers, but it's like, I think sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, am I doing this because I want to do this, or am I doing it because this is what I feel like I'm supposed to do? But I feel like for me, it's like my focus recently has been on, like, music, because it's like that's something where it's like I want to be able to look back when I'm older and be like, oh, I'm glad that I invested all my time into this and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, like, that's not the main thing that I spend my time doing, but, like, that's like the kind of, like, focal point, I guess, of, like, everything else that I'm doing in my life is like, oh, I'm getting this job so I can have this money, so I can have, like, a house where I can have all my instruments and record music and stuff. There's nothing wrong with your goals being, like, quote unquote childish. It's like, you just gotta figure out, how do I make those childish dreams happen? You know, like, that's, for me, my childhood dream was I wanted to design roller coasters. And so now I'm studying engineering so that someday, if the opportunity presents itself, I could go design roller coasters. And it's like, I think that that's a perfectly viable and also fucking awesome goal.
Yeah, you mentioned, like, childhood dreams and stuff like that, and making it, like, a reality, and, like, how to do that, right? And now that hearing you speak really put it in perspective for me, as like there really is nothing childish about, like, working hard and doing your dream. Really, it's I guess it really is just like, to get the word child out of there, it's more like your heart, I guess.
Yeah.
Your ambition, like your soul, I guess. Like, how do I make my, I guess, quote unquote, like, my heart, my soul, my dream, my reality, right?
Yeah.
And that, you know what? That's capitalist America trying to take creativity down, you know?
I kind of feel like everybody, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the concept, is like everybody has a place within the world. He did not hit me that fast.
That's what I said earlier. A little bit.
But it's like, yeah, because of, you know, capitalism and the world that we live in and the way that everything's streamlined, it's like you don't really have time to figure out like what that is for you. Because especially if you follow like the traditional way of doing things, and you know you're 18, you graduate high school, and you just like immediately go to college or into the workforce, it's like you got to figure out what you're doing like right away. Whereas like for me, I'm 25, and like I mentioned, like I just changed my major, and it's like if I had to have picked what I was gonna do instead of going and joining the military, I probably would not have picked something I would be happy doing now. But it's kind of depressing to think about, like the fact that people are stuck doing jobs that they don't want to do, that someone else would probably dream of doing. You know, like there's somebody out there who would love to be doing that job, but they're stuck doing a job they don't want to do, and you're stuck doing a job you don't want to do, and it fucking sucks.
It does. How do we fix that though?
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. I don't think there's a way.
System's not flawed actually then if we don't know how to fix it.
I think things have maybe just gone too far. We're too disconnected, and this is, oh my god, this is fucking painful.
You know what I think actually might help with that, if like all jokes aside? I generally think travel, if I'm being quite honest. Like, I know travel is such a privilege, but it really does give you a whole different perspective on everything, of like how people live and how things function.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, I mean, you hear it all the time when like certain cultures like mash like online and stuff like that. It's like, what? No way, you guys do this? Or like, no, wait, you guys like have people that do that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wish I'd have that over here. You know, it's like, I feel like in the U.S., it's like we're not really promoted to travel. We're like kind of promoted to like hunker down.
Yeah.
Here, you know, and I feel like that plays a part with just settling. You know.
I think things have just gone too far, especially with technology and just how like fast paced but also disconnected everything is.
Yeah.
And I think because I just wrote an essay for my English class about like, it was this article about why we should ban TikTok and how it would be a good thing. And it's like, I think really like that would be the only way out, would be for people to reject all of that. Like reject social media and the internet and all this, like, you know, because it used to be such a cool thing having like your computer in the family room and you could like Google whatever you want, but now it's like you can be like, when we were on that road trip, you can be in the middle of the fucking desert scrolling Reddit. Yeah. And it's like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my train of thought now.
Do you think we could, instead of getting rid of it, maybe just dial it back? Because I do think there is like, I do agree with you, like it has gone too far, but I do believe that we can dial it back instead of getting rid of it. Because I think what like TikTok has done and like other social media platforms, like how we have been able to see like what's going on in other places of the world, has been super good. Like with I can't imagine with the BLM movement like a couple years ago, if we didn't have phones with us. Right? Yeah. And like it's stuff now, if we didn't have phones with us or like social media to share, I think it's definitely like has put more things in perspective, but at the same time, the disconnecting or the dialing it back is really, really hard for people. And also because it also doesn't make companies profit, you know? Yeah. The more you're on a platform, the more you're gonna get served more ads, the more the algorithm's gonna know what you like, so you get served better ads. When you're on a platform, let's say if you're on like TikTok, right? You're actively fighting Instagram because you're not spending your time on Instagram, right? Yeah. So it's like we got to lock people down to our platform, right? Because that also takes competition away. I don't think that's crazy. I didn't know we had enough for that right off the rip. Yeah. Right? You kind of just had the money.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Once you get your dharmic life dialed in and you've got some pocket change, you know, shit changes, bro.
It is crazy because like, dude, if we didn't have enough money, we wouldn't stress about getting it. Yeah. When money is such a problem.
That's how this society runs, bro. It's like they've got to keep you in a position where you're like, you have all the things that you need, but you're worried that you're gonna lose them. And it's like that's like the fundamental principle of our society.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now. With like, of course, you see the environment we're in right now.
Yeah.
Because I can't find a fucking another job because it's so fucking rough. But speaking of that, we'll just see you guys next time. Thanks for letting us yap.
Yeah.
And thanks for giving us your time, your hour.
Thanks for tuning into the podcast.
Yeah. Your time is valuable, so thank you just for sharing it with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Now go clock in. Haha, just kidding. Hopefully you have the day off. If not, I'm sorry for that joke.
Yeah. And, you know, if you do have the day off and you're listening to us, that's even more thankful.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if you're at work and you're listening to us, that's fucking goated.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're also not listening to us with headphones on, hey! I'm not doing work!
Or if you're listening to us while you're doing your homework, that's fucking goated.
Yeah, that's goated. You know? Oh, do you remember that one song a couple of years ago? Work, 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 work.
Work, 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 sitting in a work, alright, we'll see you guys next time.
You had more of that memorized than I thought you would have came out with.